is quite clearly the biggest thing that you're going to have to grapple with. But there's two things I sort of comment on the AI situation at the moment is the actual use cases right now are still relatively limited, but they're beginning to be there. And it's the use case that's relevant to your industry that matters. So I don't think there is a sort of generic AI does all this and everything changes. It's much more about, well, what for your customer, your teams and processes and your system stacks, what can you do that is different and more valuable? And that would be quite different. We've had one classic micro example of AI at Spire Healthcare, the MRI scanners, which are a crucial part of our business model because the diagnostics are there, and actually typically because they cost 2 million quid a time, you can't exactly chuck them around. And we ended up getting an AI upgrade on the scanners that created 20% more capacity than we had before, and that was just literally a software improvement, which has had big knock-on benefits for us. Now, by contrast, I can't use AI to automate my patient processes at the moment because they're still too manual. So I've got to digitize them, and then I can start creating some value out the back. Whereas for something like Landsec at the moment, we've got a situation where if I can feed, thousands of leases through an AI process, I can genuinely save a lot of time and money. But that application is not relevant to Spire or to BT or to Channel 4 or the other things I've done. So I think it really is the board saying, well, what are the low-hanging fruit in your sector, in your company? And then the second piece is to constantly try and test stuff. Because I think until you actually see something working, you can talk about the theory of AI being able to change everything, but it's actually only when AI meets the organization that any value is created. So you've got to be trying things in a number of different areas, and so have a sort of sandbox where you do stuff as opposed to talk about stuff. And the reason for that, to my mind, is it's changing so fast that if you're talking about stuff, it'll probably be out of date in 6 months and the rate of performance increase is extraordinary. So having a rolling process of innovation and testing and seeing where you might be able to add value is the only flexible way to learn, because you cannot predict what this is going to look like in 2-3 years' time. You've got to be out there doing it.